tonight. This is another episode of Sometimes Coffee.
Sometimes tea.
I'm Star Martin,
And I'm Kayla Mark.
and tonight we have a special guest with us. You want to tell everybody your name?
Cypress.
Yeah.
And
and
Cypress music, you know.
okay, so he's a popular DJ in Boston, and we're gonna interview him, ask him a few questions, and then he's gonna join us today on the topic. And today's topic is why do we cheat? I use we as to generalize the topic and the situation. So I'm gonna get into that a little later. But before we do, I wanted to talk about a little current news that's going on.
What's going on?
So, first of all, I saw that Jeff Bezos. That's how you pronounce his name.
The Amazon guy.
Yeah. So he's stepping down from his position.
As CEO, yeah.
Yeah, but
I see that.
he hasn't named anyone that's going in his spot yet. Not that I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
But the funny
He
thing
did,
is,
he did name somebody already.
he did.
Same day. I forgot his name. He's out working for the company. I think he's the chief operations manager or
It's
something
not
like that.
family or anything.
Probably because they were stealing money
No,
from the
it was a
drivers.
family,
You heard about that?
and Amazon made its first $100 billion in a quarter.
While everybody else is suffering, right? But the funny thing with that is, so the same time he's stepping down, the other story comes out that Amazon has to pay back $62 million to flex workers because they were stealing their tips. So you know how I did flex for like a few months until I got chased by like a really big dog. And I never went back.
Shit.
But so when they advertise, they're saying you can make, I think, between $18 and like $25 an hour. They're saying that would be an average. So for the other people that delivered food and stuff like that, they would get tips. So what they were doing, the article says, they were using their tip money to make up their wages. So they wasn't even giving people their tips or the right amount of tips. They were using it to make up wages.
Let's talk up a little bit. They barely can hear you.
So that's what I was saying. My mic is low. Can you guys hear
No,
me
you
better?
just gotta talk a little bit louder.
All right, I will try. But yeah, so that's what was going on with Amazon, and I thought that was interesting. I wanted to bring it up, and also we're in Boston, and our current mayor, he got nominated or another job to go work with the president. I don't even remember what the role is right now. It kind of slipped my mind. Do you know anything about that? No. We're about to get a new mayor, guys.
Yeah, because he's like going to the house.
He's going
yeah,
to the house, to the
him.
White House.
Need one.
They took him. So basically now we need a new mayor.
So we're gonna have a special election in November, and you know what the crazy thing is? It's 3 women that are running for mayor. So
3 women of minority at that.
yes, so we're gonna have a woman for our mayor. Right now, the current mayor, the backup mayor, is also a woman, black woman at that. So
Yeah.
Kudos for that. So I don't really know much about the 3 women that are running. I gotta look more into that because I'm definitely voting. You voting?
So yeah, so it's the Asian lady. What's her name? Something Wu. Her.
Jennifer Wu and
Jennifer Woods from the Hyde Park, and also
I like her.
and Mayor Walsh is going to be Labor Secretary.
Labor
Labor
Secretary.
Secretary.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
I
so
knew that.
it's Wu. It's the Campbell lady, and who's the other person?
Campbell's Caribbean, I believe she's Caribbean. What's Campbell's Caribbean? Very nice lady, I met her before.
Yeah, she's
And who's the third woman?
I'm just going by
I
y'all.
forgot- whoever.
No, my internet is acting a fool. That's why it's like I couldn't bring it up.
But you guys make sure you look into that and see who we're nominating. I feel like a lot of people don't vote for smaller things like that. Like we just like make presidency an important thing, but we have to start within our own community.
Local election. I feel like that's very
Exactly.
important.
We see more change in like we as people in the community, we see more of a change when we take more time to look in who's running stuff directly at home. Like people do stuff at the White House all the time, but like that doesn't necessarily like hit us initially. Like it hits later on. But like when we do mayor and senator and stuff like that, that's stuff at home that we can actually see things that matter to us right now. So make sure you look into that and make sure you go and vote.
And I want to add, it's important because even right now with things being shut down, the mayor gets to choose that. 'Cause we live in Boston, so our gyms are closed.
Exactly.
The restaurants, you know, they had
Clubs.
closed, had
Right,
shorter hours. Clubs are still
Bars,
closed.
all the social
Right.
things that we do.
And
so.
the mayor can change that for us, you know, so y'all should vote. It's important. And also, what?
Yeah, man, we left out kids.
K's Oasis?
K's Oasis, the
What about
only
K's?
Jamaican hangout spot in Boston, sold for $1.6 million.
Yeah.
What? Somebody
Who bought
bought, she sold it?
Yeah, man.
It was sold roughly about 3 weeks ago for $1.6 million.
So no more parties at K's. Do you know who bought it?
Most likely,
A real estate
if someone's gonna knock it down, build it up,
Real
build
estate
an
company.
apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like apartments?
Most likely.
Oh
Well,
my
we
God.
had our going away party.
So
And
look
I'm
at,
so glad we went to that last party, right?
Exactly.
I felt it. I'm like, it's gonna be the last
so
party.
even
We
for
gotta
old,
go.
even for the older heads, where that we used to have 3Cs, Zodiac,
Yep.
the cricket club. I've got the name of the cricket
All of
club.
them gone.
So we
now.
And all we have now is nothing. We don't have nothing.
Because
Literally.
Russell is now.
You can't even claim Russell car. Russell is like their own little,
Entity.
yeah, their own little thing. You know what I mean?
But that's
them
like a little mini health center now, so.
Them a deal with down south.
Damn, I did not. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So,
Wow.
so would say that as West Indians, because I believe we're all of some West Indian descent or penetration or some form of magnitude, we all related somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like we have no way to enjoy music anymore. More than in someone's backyard or someone's
Yeah.
basement.
Or another state like Rhode Island or somewhere.
It's like party out of town.
The party all the time, people gonna be flying. But like Miami's where it's at right now. I've been to Miami every freaking weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, tickets are so cheap. You can go every weekend, like literally.
Yeah, so now everybody's gonna start partying in basements and inside of hair
People
salons
been getting in
and
trouble for that too.
stores and
Right? They busted a basement nightclub.
What
They
was it?
said,
What's the something like that?
I don't know where it is. It just said Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it wasn't like over here. And
They saying it was like a fire hazard. It was way too many people in there. All that.
But
stuff.
what else are we gonna do? We don't have any other choice.
take over nightlife.
But the basement isn't really that safe though, because the last basement I went in, I had a good time, but it was one way in.
It's not
One way
safe,
out.
But think about how many basement parties we've been to and had a great time.
But I didn't like the way you got in and came out. It's like if something happened, it's this little narrow stairway, and everybody would try to run up that. Like people
Y'all,
would
she
get
didn't
trampled.
leave. She didn't leave
So
I
until
left
the party was
last.
done.
So Cypress, consider you've been a DJ in Boston for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
I think the first time I met you was in 3Cs.
Yeah, most likely.
3Cs with King David.
Yeah, a long
A long time ago. How do you feel about when K's Oasis is close since you've been in this
Yeah.
atmosphere for
It's like
10 plus? I'm
It's
believing
like
I'm believing like 10 plus.
yeah, more than
I know that, but it's I'm believing like.
yeah.
I'm not trying to tell you age.
Shit, it's like you lose one of your best friends, you know what I mean? Because K's Oasis is like the last place we had to, for dancehall in Boston. 3C's lockdown, so we don't really have no place else where Caribbean people can enjoy themselves on the weekends and, all that vibe. So, them take our kids is like, what we are gonna do? You know what I mean? So,
So
It's
how
a-
long you been a Boston DJ?
I've been playing music in Boston more than 20 years.
Wow.
Long time.
All right.
First time I went to K's 3Cs, I met you. I was 16 years old.
Yeah, long time.
16.
16?
That's
That's
what-
not old enough
like-
to go to the club.
Like, and that's what
Exactly.
and that's what Irish restaurant was like the best restaurant in Boston. Like everybody go to Irish for everything. Y'all don't know about that.
Irie? I know Irie.
If you was 16,
Yeah,
how old
he
were
said
you?
that with the best.
I'm probably around the same age.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Exactly, because their food is
Been
not
playing
good
the clubs since I
anymore.
was real
He
young.
said it was when it was the best, so it had to be a long time ago.
Yeah, Irie's food is not it.
Shout out to Irie. Shout out to King David.
Yeah, man, people
Wings
like
and
me.
things. I'm saying they
Well,
help a
Irish
lot.
family.
It's a good family.
Yeah, man.
How long you been DJing for?
Well over 20 years.
Well,
So
long
when
time.
you started was when you was 15, you
No, I
said?
started when I was like, I put it this way, I've been playing in the club since I was like 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I started playing Rhythm Rider when I was like 16.
I was just gonna ask that. Like you were a part of Rhythm Rider, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Former DJ Rhythm Rider, so.
So
That's
now
how I
you're by yourself?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
So who was the first members of Rhythm Rider? Because I know there was
Originally it was
basically it was
Mikey
all
Miller.
Corona Street. All
Yeah,
Corona
man.
Street.
Yeah, man, originally it was Mikey Miller and Sir E. Sharpman, Lenky. You know what I mean? That's like the selectors for the song, you know. And then I joined the song around like '98, and then from there, so
Everybody split up?
yeah. No, there's still members still there.
Okay.
Shout out to
Mikey Millen and Sharpman them gone on to the enterprise movement.
Yeah, they in Miami right now doing
Yeah,
their
in
thing.
Florida.
They in Miami doing their thing. I
Oh,
saw
my
my
cousin
couple
from
days.
Florida? You know Sharpman, that's my cousin. I didn't know he
Sharpman,
was in
your
Florida.
cousin?
Yes,
That's small
in real
world, see
life,
that?
yeah.
Right.
She don't know what her cousin is.
I didn't know he was in
That's what
Florida.
my cousin is.
So, alright, so.
No, man, Sharpman they up here, so same way.
Yeah, I know you're still up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
So now your DJ name is just Cypress,
Yeah,
or?
Cypress.
So if
Cypress
somebody wants to
Music.
find you, how would they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Cypress Music, Facebook, Cypress Music.
Okay. And you're open for bookings?
Yeah, man.
Corona's not scaring you?
No, sir.
Okay.
So are you connected to a sound system now? Or you just Cypress?
Yeah, just Cypress Music.
Do you do anything besides DJ?
Yeah, produce. You know, I'm also a producer and I'm an engineer. I
Okay.
make rhythms, record, engineer, mix, master, do all of that stuff.
Drop a couple names that you produce for, make rhythm for, you collab with.
Yeah, I produce for Buju Banton, Sizzla Kalonji, Mongo Honorable, Mr. Pepper, Aya Slice, Grindsman, who else? A few more.
Nobody in
Probably
Boston?
now.
No
Yeah,
Boston
of course,
artists?
Boston artists, yeah, of course. Mashi Word, most, of course, you know, Comanche. I've done tracks. I've produced a rhythm. I got a few other Boston artists on Venom.
Oh my, Venom? Okay.
Yeah, a few
My
other
son's
artists in
father.
Boston. I produced rapper, you know, for rap artists in Boston too, like Last Days. You know what I mean? Yeah, a bunch of songs, so much.
That
It's been
all
listed on-
roads lead to ATL
Mm.
with the music.
What I know?
Corona.
Saying all roads lead
ATL
to
is fine. I ain't never caught Corona out there.
No, she's saying for the music.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Well, I've been to Atlanta to play music. If that's what they're talking, if that's what they're asking.
Oh, so you DJ parties in
You
Atlanta?
like
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta's nice.
Like, how's the vibe in the crowd? Do you think it was better than the Boston crowd? And
I would
how
say
we
the-
party
well-
and vibe?
Yeah, tell us your honest
All right, it's the
opinion.
Boston people. I hate to say it, but Boston people kind of stush when it comes to the party thing. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
them.
I can see that.
Especially
I
ladies.
believe that, but compared
Yeah,
to
them just-
Atlanta,
Especially ladies.
Them stush when it comes to the party vibes. It's
Not
like
me.
and
We know.
Me not hate them feet or nothing. It's just I think it's just a matter of how we live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Boston people, we don't really not really amaze we. You know what I mean? Compared
That's
to
a
the
good way
other
to put
places
it.
them or whatever. So
Right.
The funny thing was, like, the same ladies that's in Boston that the one to dance, the one to do nothing, catch them out of town, even Rhode Island.
yeah,
They act-
See, I don't
they
think that's
acting
completely
crazy.
true.
that's a good point.
It's something about going out of town and thinking that you're not home, so nobody knows me here, so I can act a fool. Like,
Yeah.
that's what makes, well, for me, I speak for myself.
Yeah.
That's what would make me act up like a little bit more, because I feel like
So,
I'm not home.
I
Nobody
think
gonna
I'm-
see me
I
and
think
tell
I'm
my
the
mother,
same person.
you know.
My mother.
So I could let loose like a little bit more.
I'm the same person in like
But
in town and out of town.
I feel like when I was like a little younger and I was going to parties and stuff, even now, like when I go out of town, like New York, I feel like the music was even different, like how they would play it.
Yeah.
Like they'll play more of the new stuff, and then I'll come back here and I go to a party and I don't even hear any of those songs.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, why? And they're saying, I guess DJs would explain that, you know, they're playing it based on the crowd because nobody here knows most of the new songs.
Right,
But
right,
then,
like that.
like Boston's kind of late when it comes to that stuff. Like it takes a while for us to get caught up, like with the new music.
I feel like that's how the South is though. I feel like the South gets music, like depending on what kind of music it is, they get stuff later, like or they get some stuff earlier than us, but it depends on the genre of the
I
music.
mean, when it comes to like as far as how quick we get the music, all the DJs pretty much get the music around the same time. But it's
It's
just
what's popular.
it's just a matter of
no.
how the crowd is receiving it,
No.
Right.
which area.
Like real spit, I think that Boston in general, and this from me, I travel a lot. Boston in general, they gotta go somewhere figure that's hot, then they actually come support it. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna use your artist for a second.
Mhm.
Mashiro, that's
Right.
first song that he came out with.
Right.
To me, that was a banger any way it goes.
Right.
But Boston people wasn't fucking with it first at the beginning until people started hearing it from out of town. And I'm
Right,
like,
right.
oh, dude, it's like, he was dope.
Yeah.
So it's like people have to hear from somewhere else because a lot of
Yeah.
people say, because even for example, Last Days, I don't know personally, but I'm gonna speak about him. Last Days, majority of he go out of town to get clout and come back to Boston.
Right. It's like that sometimes, you know. They always say, a king never gets crowned in his hometown, you know.
Yeah, and that's what it boils down to. I think Boston's a crab and mentality.
Yeah.
Crab and barrel mentality.
But I tell you something, you get that in every city. Every city where you go, there's gonna be, people will tell you the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of you have to just change that mentality or that way of thinking that that's what it is. You understand? And just do your thing, and just forget about all of the rest of the bullshit.
So how do you try to separate yourself from like the rest of the DJs?
I mean, over the years, I just do my thing and just be me, Like, I'm not hype on nobody or nothing, and, I'm not going like I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. I'm always willing to give a helping hand, you know what I mean? And to me, it's all about leaving your stamp when you're on the stage, you know what I mean? A lot of DJs talk online on Facebook and all that shit and say, oh, I'm this and I can do that, but when they're in the club and they're playing the music, no, it's like, you're not getting that same energy, you know what I mean?
Their
So-
mix sounds off.
Right, so to me, it's all, do the proving on the stage. That's my thing.
Okay, I have another question. So, I've seen online where like the younger or up and coming DJs,
Mhm.
they're saying like the veterans or the older DJs are giving them a fight, and they're not like trying to help them out or let them in. Like, what do you say about that?
I mean, I can't really speak on that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, although I am an older DJ, but at the same time, I feel like the younger DJs ain't, I'm not that far older than them. if
No, I
that's
didn't
the
say
case.
I was saying you was
Right,
old.
right.
Like,
I'm in
we
that
all in the
category.
same, we all in the same
I
boat
mean,
here. It's
you
like,
like
you know what I mean?
when you've been in the game for 20 years,
He
so
said, "Don't
Yeah.
season me."
so they're
Yeah,
new,
yeah.
like they're just starting out, and they feel like when people are having parties, they're booking like there's the same like
But that's the
lineup.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't blame that on the DJ who's getting booked. You have to talk to the promoter. You know what I mean?
Right.
If the
There's a
promoter's
reason
calling
why
my
they're
phone
booking
and
him.
they're saying, "Yo, I want you to come play on my event," I can't. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna, you know what I mean?
Right, you ain't gonna turn down.
I'm gonna say, "Yo, what me I gotta do?"
Okay, so what is the piece of advice that you would give to new up and coming DJs?
Just make sure every time you get a chance and you're on that stage, you make sure you do your thing. You know what I mean? You do it.
So I got a quick question because I've been hearing this a lot from other DJs. It's like the new DJs not charging nothing.
Oh yeah, I've heard, yeah. I mean, if I
But
was back in it,
sometimes you gotta do.
No, but I'm saying it because they're gonna go there and play some. They're the best DJ in the world, but there's a unity in the DJ aspect of life where that, hey, Cypress is charging. I'm gonna give you an example, $2. They need to start charging $50, 2 cents, whatever it be. So it's like, how can the veteran DJ survive in this atmosphere?
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like back in the days, like you see when our 3C's was open and a couple other places was open, the prices that we was charging and getting from these promoters is way 2-3 times higher than what they want to give you right now. You know what I mean? So, and it's not like they're making less. They was making more money them times or whatever. It's the same thing. It's just, as you said, you have the newer DJs coming in and then they're charging a lot less now or whatever. So it's like you kind of have to work with the promoters them now because they're like, yo, when we can't go book DJ A, B, or C or whatever. But at the same time, you have a whole year standard still.
Right.
No, say,
Seniority
yo,
means nothing.
you know what I mean? To some, it doesn't mean nothing.
I would
but-
go by like who plays the best.
Right,
That's
right.
not
That
cheaper.
no, that
Right,
too though.
right.
Like seniority, like if you're a new up and coming person, that's with anything. With anything that's your craft. If you're new up and coming, you're not gonna charge top dollar if you're
Right.
still like working on it. So
Right.
that's understandable for someone who's like just starting out. But like I'm not expecting like a vet to lowball me
Yeah,
with
so
price.
you just have to
though.
hold your standard
No, but-
and say, yo, this is what my thing is that, no matter what this guy wants to charge,
Right.
I got some my thing that.
But at the same time, it's like due to the fact that he got to eat too. As a veteran, he have to eat.
Right,
So,
right.
so if me as a promoter, hey, you're charging $2
Mhm.
and he's charging $200. He trying to be greedy and trying to eat all the food by himself. So there's no standard to. And
Right.
There's no respect in the game. The respect is gone in a sense, in my opinion.
Right, but I'm not about to lowball myself and discredit myself because
I agree with that.
of thing. Like
Right.
there's gonna be someone who's out there willing to pay his price because they know his value.
Yeah, but you know what ends up happening most of the time? They end up getting what they pay for. You know what I mean?
Right. You learn your lesson.
99% of the
You learn
times you
your
get what they pay
And I've
for.
heard it.
So it be like that. You have to just let them learn them lesson. You know.
That's true.
Exactly. But I mean, I have no issue booking somebody new if they're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I have no issue paying the price. Like, I don't believe in lowballing people or
Right.
trying to get them the cheapest.
And
Like, I pay you what you're worth.
When
right?
I feel like when you're shopping around for certain things, it's like you know what importance you hold certain stuff at. So it's like if I'm having a party, it's like I want my party to be a banger. I'm not going to the cheapest person. I'm going to the person who I know is going to give me quality work.
Yes.
And might that be the cheaper person? Maybe if I know their work,
I
but
be always trying to find out who is these people that's fighting these younger DJs. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Who's these younger
It's
DJs
just
that are
word
that's
on the
being
street.
fought?
I don't know.
Exactly.
So I
They
don't- I
never
don't
name
know.
drop or
there's
say
people
names.
locally supporting them. Like, oh, yo, my boy does this.
Yeah,
Like,
so I don't know.
you don't know.
What I've been noticing for the past few years going on in dancehall is a bunch of, you know, friendship, favoritism. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, I keep a party, so let me put my friend over here, or you know, this and that. That's what's been going on lately. It's like nobody's really booking people based off of what they can do anymore. You know, and that, in my opinion, is what kind of brings the dancehall whole vibe down in the city. You know, when the people them come to a party. If somebody's coming to a party in Boston for the first time, and when them say, all right, I'm gonna check out Boston dancehall.
Where you gonna take them?
You know, can't take them nowhere now.
Right.
You know, back then,
Pre-COVID.
you know,
Right.
yeah, pre-COVID, you know,
Pre-COVID,
whether
when you
it
taking
could have been
them.
K's or you know, if it was long ago, could have been 3C's or something like that. But if you was taking somebody to the dance or whatever, you want to make sure that for their first time in a Boston, you know, event, they want them to enjoy themselves, you know. But if you bring them to a party and it's just some, you know,
Little hole in the wall
some
type
nobody
shit.
or whatever playing the music or whatever, then their first experience,
That's what they're gonna hold on to.
right? Because you know,
Yeah, they're gonna
Like,
say
like,
Boston
Boston was
DJs are
trash.
trash.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Boston ain't lit.
exactly.
Yeah, love in the comments. They're saying that you've been a real DJ from a long time.
Respect, give thanks.
Another thing I want to say. So Boston, honestly, is whack. I want to say that personally. Like that's why we always go into New York, doing all those type of stuff. And I don't feel like it's because we're not supporting you guys.
Right.
It's because you guys are really not paying attention. Not you personally. Some DJs are really not paying attention to the crowd.
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense that there's a whole bunch of females.
Use this word.
There's a whole bunch of females in the crowd, but we're standing there in parties. But you're playing all types of songs just for the guys.
Because they want the money pull up. I hate those
It's okay,
kind of
it's
parties.
okay if you guys
yeah,
want that though, but wouldn't you rather be like, oh, that party was lit, like the
Yeah.
females were just out there?
Listen,
No, 'cause they
that's
ain't
the
getting no
era
money
that I
from
come
us.
from, you know. So one time we
Yeah.
have play music, like, trust me, if y'all was around from them time that I see some parties, he can tell you how we, you know what I mean, how we deal with the thing, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, the thing just changed all of a sudden. It's like a modeling show now, who can buy the most buckle.
And the money pull up. You know what do you think
Yeah,
about
the-
the whole money pull up
All right,
thing?
let me tell you, so the money pull up thing, they don't even do it right here. First
Nah,
of all.
somebody got $4,000
That's-
the other day.
Well,
It was all fake.
I know, but no one asked.
The money was fake?
The money was
fake.
wow. You
5,000
was
was all
fake.
fake.
That $100 was that guy was fake?
That's
Honey.
That's why I lost it, you know. You know it's a
Yeah,
good
man.
thing. I would have been embarrassed. I went to the
Yeah.
store trying to spend that.
No, I'm sorry, but let's start answering the question.
Yeah, it's like,
But
you know,
Wow.
gonna deal with it right or whatever, you know what I mean? Guys running up, throwing $1 and $2 for money pull up and all them type of thing. They're like, yo, keep your money in your pocket, brother. Yeah, we ain't a stripper or nothing like that. We don't need $1 $2, you know what I mean? Keep that. It's like, them just mash up the vibes and the energy of the party sometime, you know what I mean? And you know, this man and this man want to run up and big up and bridging them and this a crew here and Ray and all them things. I'm not saying you can't do that, you know, at once in a blue moon in a party or whatever, but sometimes the people them just want to enjoy the music, make the music play, make the DJ doing thing.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And yeah.
Wait,
full
who
of
was
vibes.
throwing fake money?
It was so the party that
We're
you were late for and you didn't bother coming.
We don't
Late
need that
for
one alone
party?
because we don't want to put anybody on Front Street. We don't need that one
You
alone.
missed it.
So who is the DJ?
Ooh.
That got
Oh,
the
that-
fake.
Give 'em
that-
that.
It wasn't from Boston.
Give the people
That wasn't
that.
from Boston.
It was from Boston. It was from
Okay.
That wasn't
Oh,
from
they say the feelings out here. We ain't gonna speak on the people throwing fake money.
I'm gonna get $4,000.
You know,
Y'all,
fake
don't
money.
judge us.
300.
Don't judge us. They throw fake money
4,000.
everywhere.
And while I was walking to the booth, one of them handed me $100 bills, like, go give it to the DJ. And I'm like, sir, I work at the bank. This is fake. Honey.
So did they use that to buy liquor?
But let's start
Like, or they
checking
was-
money from and start give me.
so at their own friend's party, they was using fake money to buy liquor at their own friend's party. That's crazy.
Ghetto.
Wicked man. People evil.
So
I was wondering why they was throwing so much money, and I'm like, I see these guys all the time. They're
But I
not
start
balling
checking
like
money
that.
right there. As we start seeing them show so much money.
Was the
then
floor
check
wet
that
with
right
tear,
there.
paper tears?
so
You should have seen me scooping up the money with my foot, like,
it came on fake money too, right?
huh?
It came on fake money too, right?
Yeah, like a fake $100.
Girl, that was the same $100 I put on the table, and I was like, it's fake. You wasn't paying attention to me?
Your
But
star
I
wasn't
came
listening.
I was drunk as fuck.
Listen, let's
So-
not talk about that night.
so,
'Cause they also broke my window like that
Oh,
night.
see,
like-
fake money.
Exactly.
Boston is so much fun.
Y'all,
So
don't
fun.
judge Boston based off that.
So-
Not everybody does fake money.
Cypress, I have one more question before we go back
Yeah,
in
I'm
our
like,
question of the night. The question is, one thing I understand from being around people, especially we could put it in the reggae or the hip hop scene, we don't have our own producer, our own sound, our own rhythm. It seems like, for example, if you go down south, they got their own cadence on how they operate.
Right,
everything.
right.
So it's like, how do we, as a producer, how do we get back to that?
All right, like you said Boston, no, right? As a city, when it comes to dancehall and music, as funny as it may sound, you know, we rank like number 3 in the whole of America.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
I'm consuming.
Yeah.
Not as consuming, not putting
As
it out.
consumers,
I like that.
yeah, as
Yeah.
consumers and you know people who you know spend money on music or whatever, you know what I mean. But as far as putting it out now, it's not saying that we don't have a sound here or we don't have the talents to create a sound here. You know what it is that we don't have the mediums to get them to the people.
Alright.
You see what I'm saying?
Exposure.
Yeah. So it's like right now we need more. All right, let me tell you, it's the artists and whether you saw Boston, we need more artists to step forward with good material.
Yeah.
You know, don't just be hanging around a bunch of yes men and show them how you're bridging and you record your song in your studio, in your house, in your bedroom. You know, then gonna tell you, say, yo, that tune that bad. I hate that. You know, and you want to take it and you feel like I hate that. No, like
No.
really get your song produced and recorded and mixed and done the right way. You know, make it sound nice, and
So
then
they
you
should
put
come
it
to
out.
you.
But no, I said them have to come to me. This is Boston. We have a
So
whole
ho-
heap of studio in Boston.
Home Studios, but shout out to that dude that sang got Zaza. It's from
Zaza?
Boston. Zaza.
What song was that?
I don't know what
It's a hip hop song, but
Oh, he's from Boston?
he's from Boston, but
Oh,
he's doing his
What's
thing.
the song that's on?
Zaza. Is
Smoking
that,
that Zaza, something like that.
It's
But
like must be
dope.
about weed, cause
It's
what
dope.
it
It's on,
called.
it's on that same cadence as Pop Smoke,
Yeah.
but he's
And it's
dope.
from
He's
Boston.
from Boston.
But speaking on that now, you see how you said
The
he's
Zoes.
from Boston, but you say he sound like Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
But you know, Pop Smoke and a couple of the New York rappers, they got their own little sound. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So as you were saying, like come with a cadence from Boston or whatever. Like to me, Boston don't have a sound because Boston and New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, you know, the whole northeast, everywhere up north is kind of like the same melting pot when it comes to music. You know. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to kind of separate us and say, boy, what's the Boston song?
It's not that because I feel like we are consumers of other people's music,
Of everything.
but we're not consumers of our own music. And
Yeah.
one thing that Atlanta got on us, I don't care if they don't like each other,
They support their
they
own.
support each other. If they drop an album today, they support each other.
Most definitely. That's one thing. It's not just Atlanta either, but Miami, though. Anywhere in the South.
Anyway, in the South, because even something that I posted, we have a business group that we have going on around here, where that I think if one person open a business, we should also have a baby shower for the business. Or
Right.
Something like that.
Something
You know what I think it is? I think it's being more vocal about supporting it. Cause like just to say that you don't support the business, like that business could be making money off their local people, but they're not vocal about it. Like they're not posting it as much as they would post out of town stuff because they think it's not lit. Like I could buy something from some girl I know down the street, but am I posting it and tagging her business? Not necessarily. I think that's what it is. It's like that's what's hot for
Well,
them.
you
We
can't
have
compare
to.
New York to Boston.
We
though,
come like that's closest biggest city to Boston. It's not Rhode Island.
right.
It's New York.
We gotta remember there's white people there, all kinds of stuff in New York City. It's so diverse. Here it's just.
I think it's also a mentality here, but I'm tired of us complaining about it. We need to change it.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm not mad.
No,
about
a
it.
lot of people. I'm saying a lot of people
I'm your point
complain
of view.
about it. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I don't like Boston. Like I'm from Boston, and people don't support each other. I'm from here, and this doesn't happen, that doesn't happen." You guys are absolutely right, but I'm tired of us
I
like
think the
just
reason why a
talking
lot
about
of
it.
it doesn't really happen is because like people don't really understand this place, Boston, the amount of red tape that surrounds everything that we want to do as a people, as Caribbean people or Black people, the things that we want to do that's in our culture. There's so much red tape in this city that surrounds those things. You know, we're people that like partying and you know we're independent people and we have our cultures or whatever, but we can't really endorse them the way we want to because you know the people in that control everything.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And I think we just have to
They're
start
not
with
coming out
ourselves. Because think
happy.
about it. We just said in partying, we have people sitting in parties being stush, but at the same time, we saying that's the thing. No. Go to parties and enjoy yourself. The change has to start with us. If we sitting in parties acting like we too good to party, ain't nobody caring to come to Boston to party. We
But-
have to do it. Like, we have to make a change ourselves. If we sitting in parties just snapping, not dancing, niggas is gonna see that on the internet and be like, oh,
That's
they're not
because
doing
Boston,
nothing.
People
But-
in Boston are
So change the way
judgmental.
you act. That's
But
what I'm saying. Right.
But people are just judge. Nobody wants to see
I
anybody
agree.
doing better than them.
I agree with you.
Nobody wants
Right.
to see anything. That's why sometimes when you're posting your stuff, they might be looking. You know how many times you can get
Oh, they
like
deaf
five,
looking.
You say you get 5 likes.
They're deaf looking.
Hey,
But your
yeah.
views,
But
but your
like I
views
said,
are
that's every
205.
city. I think that's every city.
Right, and that's what I'm
I think
saying.
No,
that's
We have-
it's
but
not. In
no.
down south, I think it's the hospitality. They don't try to be better than each
But
other.
that don't mean
They
they
know
don't
that
have
there's money
problems.
It's gonna happen
everywhere.
wherever you
In
live.
Boston, they think that if you see that dollar right there on the floor, that's the only dollar that's in this world. In Boston, and that's the problem here.
But
My
I
opinion
think
is-
what he's talking about with the redlining, like, for instance, like, I think I don't know if it's Boston or Dorchester, this area, like, we're only allowed to have, like, the liquor license.
Mhm.
The price for that is
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they only,
They're not even as crazy. It's hard to get a loan.
and
like,
they only
not even
give
just the
out
price. Niggas
one.
have
Like,
money.
if you look it up, it says one. So now that there's no more K's Oasis,
Case never had a liquor license.
they didn't have.
No,
What?
she had one, but she just had to it was
Hide it.
something with a permit or something like that. She had to
She had to go apply for a permit every time she had a party.
right.
So technically she had a full liquor license.
But now that that's gone, like, where if somebody else tries to open up another establishment, they're gonna have the same problem with trying to get a liquor
No,
license.
it's not that Boston's trying to get away from clubbing and trying to be on some social atmosphere.
It is what we make
So
it. That's
basically,
why
so
I'm going there.
basically, right now, if y'all ever been out eating in COVID where that you
Mhm.
cannot drink without eating, that's gonna be the future.
Right, right,
You cannot buy.
right. You gotta eat a full meal at this point. Like,
They're
I
trying
don't
to
even like
move the
to eat.
clubbing
Like,
scene down by Seaport.
Yes,
See where we go.
And that's what money
rise.
and
That's where
and,
they're trying to
and
put all the clubs
technically
and stuff at.
that's not Boston.
Mhm.
Right.
People don't realize that's Boston.
And
make
that's
no money.
not our club scene either.
And not even that, but
Right.
Boston doesn't make no money off that. Boston, that's a state property.
Right.
But I'm saying we're gonna go back into the topic about why. Go ahead, Star.
All right.
Go ahead.
Back to
Alright,
it.
so the
We're
topic.
getting serious.
The topic today is why do we cheat?
Okay.
So, I
Who
mean,
Who wants to start?
when I say we, I mean all of us.
People.
Not to say that you know
Males,
you cheat or I
females,
cheat.
whoever. If you cheat,
And
and
don't
why?
say black men don't cheat because
No, we-
Black men don't cheat at all.
So these
Any given day.
When
These
and
niggas
so.
must be Mexican.
We help everybody out. We don't cheat.
Heard you.
So, all right. So I'm talking about the article that I found online about infidelity. So basically, they're explaining that cheating, it's an issue of nature versus nurture. So they're saying a lot of people who
I like
cheat
that. Keep continue.
that it's in their DNA. Like they was kind of like born that way. Like
Yes.
you know. Yes, you believe that?
Of course.
Why do you believe that?
Because I mean, you want a scientific answer behind it? I mean, scientifically, like men every day where we have something, we're just meant to breed. We're just breeders. You know what I mean? It's science.
Okay.
We can't go around it. That's the simplest answer I can give. I have a video right here to break it down even more, scientific.
And what does your
but
video say?
it says, oh, look, let me just play the video so you can't hear it.
Please play it.
Hold on there.
Is it a man talking? It better not be.
It's a woman.
All right,
It's a
let's
woman.
hear her. Goofy ass.
Designed for one main purpose,
Let me
procreation.
put the
Anything
hold on
else?
there.
Sex is designed for one main purpose, procreation. Anything else, that's extra. The female reproductive cycle comes around once a month. For a man, it's every day. For each sexual act, the woman's one egg is matched by the man's 120 million sperm cells.
Killing us,
That is
killing
just
it.
a calculation. 120 million sperm cells a day, every day.
Yeah,
As
that,
opposed to one egg a month, every month.
see that?
Means, assuming all the cells are viable, that it will take only 30 men to impregnate all the women in the world.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
It only
okay,
takes
so
30
our-
men
So you're
to
telling me.
impregnate every woman in the world.
So you're telling me.
Every
father
So
woman
you're
tell her
in
that.
telling
the
me
world.
every time
30
you
men.
every time you have sex, it's to make a baby.
No, that's not.
So,
no.
but that's what she's saying.
No,
Why
that's not
men
what she
should
said.
have multiple women?
She
Because
said anything
Wait,
else
someone,
outside
in
that is
the-
extra.
someone in the comments
Come on,
said
Empress.
bullshit.
Anything outside
Come on,
that is
Empress.
extra.
Come on, Empress.
Bullshit.
She said anything
That
outside of that is
is BS.
extra. You see what I'm saying? So just scientifically. All right, our next dive in the science lane now, right? We're mammals, right? In the mammal community,
I'm a mammal
there is
too.
only like maybe 1 or 2% of mammals that are monogamous. You understand? And humans don't fall under that. You understand? We was meant to breed. That's what we're here for, to reproduce.
Yeah, well, y'all meant so much to reproduce, you would have had babies. Y'all don't.
So just naturally, it's just we know. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make an excuse for a man cheating on his wife or nothing like that or whatever, but
So,
it's
Y'all don't think y'all
it's
just
science.
sauce holders? Y'all can't do nothing without that stuff.
no.
But the article also says it's also the way you were raised. So I feel like if you see your mom have 20
yeah.
boyfriends or your dad always with a
But
different.
then what about men who don't
female.
have their father in their life and then they go and cheat then? Like who taught them that?
The
Not their
music.
mama. The fuck?
The music.
Whatever raised
The
them. Like,
environment. The
they,
environment.
how they grew up.
The
Like,
environment.
My thing is if y'all so powerful,
some
like
uncle that they looked
y'all
up to.
y'all create so much nut, but if you're nutting your boyfriend's butt, y'all not having no
He's
babies.
not even your
Y'all
boyfriend? Hold on, pause.
Yeah, you heard
Oh.
me.
Going
You
on.
heard me.
Pause.
Why?
Oh.
Exactly. If
Pause.
y'all
No,
men, no,
that-
listen. If y'all men are so powerful, y'all hold so much, y'all create so much eggs or whatever the fuck y'all got, sperm, all that, right? Why can't y'all do nothing without, like, y'all can't have a baby, this reproducing y'all talking about, y'all can't do that without a woman, so keep it cool.
Honey, listen
Cool,
to
keep it
Jamaican
cool.
music. Go ahead, Cypress. Tell me about Jamaican music. What are they teaching you since you're little?
All right.
It depends what artist you're talking about.
What are they teaching
He
you
don't
What
since
they
know
you're
tell us,
little?
they tell us.
What are they teaching you
like
since you're
beat
little?
them, man,
Mafia,
enough
mafia.
girl.
All right.
No, but what I'm saying to you, because a woman has access to sex.
It's how you're raised.
A woman control access to sex. That's it.
Okay.
So it's like, if you want to have sex, that's fine. But there's roughly 6 to 1
Mhm.
or 10 to 1, I believe.
But
Yeah.
not all of them want penis though.
They just get tired
I'm
of
just saying.
searching. They go to the other side.
Majority, yeah.
So let's say out of 10, there's 4 that don't want.
Out of
the same
10,
sex.
out of 10,
They want 4 that want the same sex. So we still got 6,
Okay,
6 to
okay,
1.
6, okay,
We
yeah.
still got 6
out
to
of
1.
out of 10, me that's
Six-
out of 10, me that's
six-
a 3 or 2.
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah. So we got 6 to 1. So 6 to 1. We got good. If you say no, she gonna say yes. If
Right,
she say
right.
no, she gonna say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna say yes.
What are they saying in the comments about this? Because I don't agree
It's
with this.
science, you know?
No, I'm not reading his comments too long.
Science.
I don't agree with this.
You see, you don't agree because of the
Yo.
customary traditions that was taught to us, you know, over the years. There was just these are customary traditions that we was taught and brought up by, you know, even the whole buying a ring for a woman thing, you know, that was something that people don't even realize
Yeah,
that was something that was
That was a commercial.
That was a commercial.
That was Zales
taught to
commercial.
us.
De Beers.
Right.
Diamond.
De Beers.
Like, oh, I want
Yeah,
a
that was
diamond.
Zales because
the
keep in
beers.
mind
They came
it
that whole
diamonds-
diamonds are forever thing that came up from the De
Diamonds
Beers
not worth
company in
nothing.
1920. That shit ain't don't mean nothing.
diamonds not worth nothing.
But no.
Gold is
You know, you want to marry a woman, them will tell you, say, yo, you have to go work more. How much month salary now for buy a ring?
3.
You see? So it's
Bugging.
I
Customary
mean, you
tradition.
can buy me a cheaper one and then each year just
customary.
upgrade it. You don't gotta save
I
up
don't
money
want
one
nobody that
time.
say, yo, I'm just being sexist or nothing like that. And anything with me, I say, I want to go look it up.
It's factual.
All right, so look at what the
Google it.
comments are saying. So they said
Google
when you feel good endorphins, you are released, which is a feel good hormone. So some people can get addicted to weed or addicted like to murder. So either way,
Yeah.
you get like the addictive feelings.
It's once you release the endorphins, it doesn't
Right.
matter what you do. It's like when people, like for example, drug addicts,
Okay.
they chase the high of the first.
Of the feeling. It's
Of
the
first.
feeling that you
they
get
never
out
get
of
that
it.
first feeling, but that's what they chase. It's like sex.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
chase that feeling.
Yeah,
So
man.
only
It's not
men
like,
feel that, huh?
That's the biggest.
Yeah.
Like,
Only men feel that?
No,
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 women
no,
feel.
no.
I feel. Women feel. Women feel
What?
that.
What you feel, sir?
Women feel it too.
I don't know. I think I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel
so
like.
some people chase the high of what's going on.
Endorphins are nature, so it can be chemically why people cheat because the spark of the nervous system, the nutrition can be because of the trauma. Yo, who is this a doctor?
A lot of
So,
that makes sense. What do you
In the
call it?
article, it was saying so nature. So according to. Alright.
But wait, but nature is fighting off like morals?
It's saying infidelity involves
Question, where
two
did morals come
different brain
Because
processes.
cheating, like cheating is wrong. So
Who
now
said, who said that?
I
Society?
did. Kayla Mark, that's my name. That's who said it.
I think it's
So
wrong
at that
as
point,
well.
it's like
Remember, I
at
was
that
just
point,
telling you
okay,
about traditions and customs that was handed down to us or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
it's
Back
It's
in
wrong.
back in the days when when we da run wild and naked on a rock bush around with, you know,
as much
Yeah,
as
yeah,
y'all
humans.
as much as y'all want to
If
relate
Mr. Mawan, you may
cheating,
just grab a club and egg y'all, boom, come, cave, we're gone. You know what I
They
mean?
don't want to fuck. I go with
Simple.
this.
Breed. You
You
breed.
know that woman that
I'm
was
gonna just breed off the whole village.
Yo,
I lie, me I tell?
back in Africa,
as
right?
much as y'all
You
want
know
to
what?
relate it off science, it's all off reaction. Y'all are gonna cheat because y'all know y'all can, whether it be woman or man. Y'all are cheating because y'all know what y'all can get away with. People aren't gonna cheat if they know they can't get away with it.
Why not?
Fuck a science. Because okay, no, even if you do though. Okay, so Pete, right? Say you cheat on your girlfriend, right?
See?
And she finds out and she breaks up with you,
Congratulations.
right?
I'm
So then you
afraid.
go to your next girlfriend. No, then you go to your next girlfriend. Are you cheating? Are you doing the same thing? What are you doing now differently in your next relationship?
So you talk about emotion. That's two different things.
Yeah, but my thing is,
So-
if I feel sad, am I gonna go kill myself?
No, you're talking.
Because I'm going off emotion right now, right?
No, because
That's what we're going off.
Emotion is temporary.
Right. No, but that doesn't mean you don't do actions off of temporary emotion,
Yes,
just like
it's
I
that
said.
emotion.
So Pete, just like I said, if I'm feeling sad right now, I feel like I don't want to live whatever it is, and I go commit suicide. That's based off of temporary emotion, is it not?
No, I you did mud.
Yeah. No. But people could be feeling worse than they feel at that moment.
Right.
We're going in the moment. Are we not? Y'all are cheating off how you feel in the moment. People are cheating off how they feel in the moment.
No.
And they may know that it's not necessarily the right thing, but they're going based off their feelings.
So-
But I think it has to do with your control. So they said that in the comments
That too. If you don't
Good.
have
All right, let me
self-control,
tell you.
niggas just out here cheating
All right,
left
you see
and
what she
right.
just said, self-control. Your self-control is what would stop you or prevent you from going that extra mile.
Right.
But that no means that your
That you
body
don't
is
want
not
to do
telling
it.
you, yo,
All right. But
do
that's
the
where
thing.
self-control has to come in, though.
Right,
If you don't want to wake up for work in the morning, you're still going because you know you need money.
of course.
That's what I'm saying. It's still the which it's like you're going off of what your mindset and what you know is right and wrong. That's why I brought up the point of morals.
Yeah, but the
So-
morals again, it goes back to customary tradition. You know,
Yeah,
what was-
exactly.
what
So
was
if you're
taught
brought up
and all
into a
that.
household that you know like cheating is wrong or it's not. Honestly, no,
But
I don't
it's-
care
That's
about.
what I'm saying. We can't.
Alright.
I don't
See, I
care
think
what
it's a
household you grew up
subjective.
in. You know it's wrong or right. It's just,
That's
is it normal?
That's
I
subjective.
don't.
That's
You know
subjective.
that
That's
it's wrong
subject-
or right, but is it normal?
That's subjective.
If you're used to that going
'Cause
on, you're
it
like,
goes
okay.
back. We could be here all day.
So,
arguing.
sweetheart, I'm gonna be honest with you. Man's not meant to be one woman.
That's your opinion.
No,
Yeah, that's
it's
your
a
feeling.
factual thing.
That's
We're
your
not.
feeling.
Just by society, we're not meant to be one woman.
Okay.
We're not.
Whatever you say.
Scientifically, men wasn't.
I
meant
feel
to be.
like if it's a DNA thing, I
It-
can
it-
maybe
no,
believe
no,
it.
it's
Where
because keep in mind, y'all can produce like the guy like the Cypress video. You produce eggs once
I'm
a
not having
month.
this conversation with y'all.
but we're not having sex to reproduce
Yeah, it
all the
doesn't-
time.
it
That's
don't
just
matter.
once in a
No,
while.
the purpose of sex is to reproduce.
Right.
Well, if I'm
It's
having
like-
sex right now, we better not be reproducing.
That's you do it
I
for
wanna
fun. I'm
reproduce.
not arguing about that. That's
Right.
that's for
That's why I
fun.
said anything
But-
else
And
is
you know, I
extra.
do believe that. That's why we have things
Anything
like
else is
birth
extra.
control, because
If you're not
sex
if you-
is
if you're not
meant to
having
be-
Well,
sex
there's
to
a lot of
reproduce,
extra because most people are just
Are
having
doing
sex
other
just to
stuff,
have
right.
sex.
They,
Like,
what year was condoms
So
made?
that's why
Like,
you can't
there's been
really
stuff to
expect
reproduce, like to
a man
stop
to be
that.
monogamous.
No. Yo,
Right.
I'm not doing this.
I just think they're just
Y'all about to
weak.
piss
No,
me
let's
off.
bring it down to that. They're weak.
Right.
Like,
Why can't somebody say
sexually,
that? Why
they're
can't
weak.
we say that?
In
They're
fact,
weak.
People that turn.
If you can't turn down another woman, I just feel like you're weak.
No, that's
Alright,
different. That's
alright.
different.
What are we saying about the people that only cheated once?
Let me say this. Let me say this. It's like, for example, I use different direction for this, but about being one woman. In America, you need to make about $150,000 to actually create wealth.
What?
You need to make $150,000 to start creating wealth.
Okay.
Period. Between two people.
Alright.
Broke bitches in Jamaica getting fucked.
Alright.
So what's your point?
What I'm saying to you is that 90% of the times, us from the lowest standard, and very rich and black people on the lowest standard of economics in here. If we get a man that have a vision and a couple women together, we could create wealth faster than two people together.
So sister wives.
Sister wife, what are you gonna call it? I got that from this nigga.
I don't know. Would you do a sister wives
But
situation?
it's like, and it's like
What do you call it now?
Y'all,
Sister
they
wives.
call them sister wives. Like, so it will be like me,
I don't think-
Kayla, and you.
I
and
don't
we'll
think
be
you have.
sister
I don't think you
wives.
could be a sister wife with somebody that you truly love, like the threesome thing. I don't think you could do a threesome with someone that you truly love.
But
Like,
sister wives
I've seen that. I've seen them.
no,
on
no,
TV.
no, no, no. But it's the same concept of
I've seen them
sharing.
on TV, man.
Sharing is sharing. If I share you my fries and I share you my nigga, I don't like sharing either way. It's the same concept, bro. You order your own fries.
Star is my sister wife. Hey girl.
See?
Star wouldn't mind being my sister wife.
wanna be
Anyway,
no
mind your
fucking sister
business.
wife.
Anyway,
I'm not being nobody.
I don't want to be no size sister wife because I
Okay.
don't want to split no money.
see, once you become
But he's
a
saying that
sister
you
Yes,
guys
wife-
can make more money
It's
together.
not.
Once you become
A
a
marriage
sister
is a
wife,
business.
you no longer care about jealousy. You no longer care about the stuff that you care about if you're monogamous.
Yeah, no.
Because-
See, that's why it's not for everybody. There you go.
No, because
It's not for
then
every- it's
he
not
could
for
have
everybody.
both of us and still step out and go find
No,
somebody
you guys
else.
have-
So I got
different
me and
type
my
of
sister
trust.
wives, and he still got side
No.
bitches. Fuck y'all.
No,
That's
No.
not enough. Like, when is it
No.
enough? When is it enough?
Because at this point, niggas are thinking like, oh, they all wives, so they all act wifely. I still need me a side bitch on the side.
no. And what I'm saying to you,
Miss me with all
no,
that.
because what I'm saying to you, when it comes to a sister wife, for example, let's say you and Star are dating
Okay.
Cypress.
Sister wife.
Basically, y'all understanding that this is what's going on.
Okay.
There's nobody outside of this. It's complete
Just
trust.
us and our
Complete trust,
nigga.
honestly. And the purpose of it is to create wealth. Money.
Mm.
So because it's easier for more people to work to get more capital to operate a lifestyle.
What about the broke niggas though?
Broke nigga can't afford it. Like the Africans say, if you can afford it, you can have it.
Okay, but there's mad broke niggas who got mad bitches because they slinging good dick. So what about them?
That's
But-
between you and your pussy and their dick.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. No. But what I'm saying is it's happening. So everybody isn't thinking on the money logic.
I am not thinking about everybody. I'm talking about what's going
No,
on right
I'm
now.
talking about a whole concept.
I
Because
don't
niggas out
care
here
what-
doing it for free. So
Nobody
now
cares,
what? So
right?
what?
I mean,
so what? My
initially,
thing
nobody
is, what
knows
is
business
the?
about money. Initially, nobody's thinking about money.
But-
When you meet somebody,
Because
initially,
y'all going off y'all. What they say? Your hormones and your feelings.
No, y'all too,
That shit ain't
women
got shit to
too,
do with money.
women too. Initially, when a
Oh,
woman
that feeling that
or
y'all
when a man
craving,
meets
all
each
that
other
good
for the
stuff.
first time, like a man I got to talk to a woman or a woman I got to talk to a man, the first thing they might think about is not money. The first thing they're thinking about is physical attraction.
Correct.
First thing,
What I
physical
say.
attraction.
Hmm.
Everything
Because
else
that's
come
important.
after.
That ain't about it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't about
You know what I
money.
mean?
Niggas
So
do
that's why
shit
that's
regardless.
but that's how broke men. You have some broke men out there deal
Broke
with some
mentality.
sexy girl. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, it goes that way. It goes both ways.
And it's like,
Personality.
it's
That
like,
too.
but it's like, I think that because, we're gonna go back to the marriage thing real quick. And marriage naturally, in the beginning, was just for family to grow. It was based on income and what you have. That's why you hear about
A lot of people marrying
Man, I
somebody.
bring out 20
married to
gold.
money.
Yeah,
Married,
Or
to
talk about
like
20
20
arranged
gold.
marriages and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
because that's what it was initially. It wasn't about the ring. It's about what can we do together as a family? Because the family's supposed to grow
Certain
and
people
build
only marry
beyond
into
us.
different families.
It's called Black Excellent, by the way, if y'all don't know.
All right. So the article is also saying that they don't have a number of how many people it is that
Actually,
cheat,
because they be lying.
but they're saying
like cheaters do.
They're saying it's close to 50%.
More than that.
So it's just like there's
So
how
when
many
I-
of us are in this room? So there's 8 of us in this room. So 4 out of
never
the 8
cheated.
is cheating. Like,
So raise your hand if you ever cheated in this room.
and that's crazy.
Oh,
That's
I
not
mean,
raising
some
number.
more than
You're
that.
cheating more than that.
I'm more than that.
Well, some people have permission to cheat.
No,
So I mean,
No, but you know
Sometimes,
what?
like, the studies do be lying.
They do be lying.
That's
But what
true.
I will say is, being in my
because
past
I wouldn't say I'm
relationship,
cheating if I was cheating to the study.
no, but in my past relationship, I realized it made me kind of sympathize with men because I realized why men like. I'm not gonna say fully why they cheat, but like when I was in this relationship, I was like, shit, I see why niggas be cheating because the certain situations be complicated. Like some bitches, some females, they be like really clingy and don't want to let go of the relationship. Like me in my past relationship, I was ready to go and he wasn't. So it's like I never cheated, but I contemplated it. Like, yo, he ain't budging, but I'm fully out of this relationship, and I feel like that's how males be sometimes. But the female just be like, no, I'm staying with my relationship. I'm like, we're gonna work this out. But like, you can't force nobody to do something that they don't want to do. If they don't want to be in it, then they can't be in it. So no, I've never cheated, but I was like, shit. If this is what it's like to be on the other side, I get it. I ain't never about to tackle nobody and be like, okay, well, you gotta be with me because I want you to be with me. No, they need to want to be with you.
I feel you because I was with someone for 3 years and he wanted to be with me.
And you was ready to be out, and you're like,
became
well,
the best
shit.
cheater in the world.
Exactly, like you learn your ways around it because they don't be trying to move, and you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yo, I was like, I was born for this.
Yo, I sat there, I'm like, shit, niggas really ain't that bad. Because if females really be pressing you like the way he's pressing me, it gotta be a problem. It gotta be.
Yeah,
Girl,
that's
stop
And that's what I'm saying. It's like okay, so let's bring it back to the way you was raised. Like, I don't like people cheating on other people because I believe in karma. So like I did not want to cheat on him, but it was like I'm pretty close. Like I get the feeling of why you would want to step out.
I cheated once, and
Oh, I thought you said don't cheat.
That's what she said.
it was
What she,
one.
look at what she
first of
said
all,
was
It was one time that it happened, and it wasn't even like, it wasn't cheating where I had sex with somebody. Like, we kissed and we like, went on dates and whatnot.
y'all did
I
things
still
that
think
your
it's
boyfriend
cheating.
would not like.
Right, but you know what
Exactly.
happened?
What?
Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm not getting enough time and attention, like, I'll be patient, I'll wait, and I'll wait, and I'll wait for things to change, and I'll say something.
How much is enough?
So what if your boyfriend felt like that, but you didn't know?
Sorry, you like longest relationship?
Let me finish my story. So, anyways, so it was just like, I was loyal and I was good, but I went somewhere and I met somebody and I feel like if I look back now, that person's not even my type, but just because they gave me so much of their attention, like.
So how do you feel about long distance relationships?
Long distance
They're
relationships give you
fine.
attention. That's why.
But there's a lot of
cheating.
time that you're not with them. So what do you do?
Okay,
then?
but we can be
You
on the
can
phone
call,
all the time. Like,
Exactly. You get the attention. You
and
get the
it's 2021. You can video call.
But that ain't on site dick.
She don't
I
care about the
mean-
dick. She never said she wanted dick. She said she wanted the attention.
I don't know about that.
That was too much.
Y'all gotta find something.
No, it's different. If you're gonna be in a long distance relationship, you gotta like really actually love the person. If you just like them, it's
So
not.
that's when
It's
self-control
not
has
gonna
to
work.
come in,
But
right?
if you love the
Self-control,
person,
alright.
you're willing to
Realistically-
So
compromise.
in a long distance relationship, self control is important.
Long distance relationship and self control, them thing that can't even go in the same sentence. That don't make no sense.
What?
You know what I mean?
So okay. So
Long,
what if you're
hold
in a
on now.
relationship?
Long distance relationship. You are dealing with somebody where they're far away now. Them people just know say, yo,
You see
when
them
you and them
see
link
them
up,
once every 3
I
months.
fuck I go on.
I phone the time. You know what I
I
mean?
fuck I go
But
on.
when y'all in around each other, what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
So what do y'all do when y'all apart? Y'all fucking on other people or what?
I mean,
So you wouldn't
I'm
go
not
in a long
around you.
distance relationship ever?
I mean, I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but what
Not
I'm
me.
saying is, Shafi understand say when I'm not around her and me there 3,000 miles away
What you doing?
and the night them cold and well one
You better get
warm
you
me up.
Because he's
You
a
better,
man.
no,
I
you
feel
better
like-
get you a heater.
And that's the signs of a
Cold
kick
body.
in now and
But
nothing.
and you
Isn't
already
it?
don't believe in monogamy.
Get
like,
it.
so
You need to get you a
Monogamy
heater and a
is-
body pillow.
Heater and body pillow.
exactly.
You playing?
Or a way to
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's easy,
In
but
a
it's
pocket
it's
pussy.
doable.
No.
It's doable.
Yeah,
it's
I'm not-
all
alright,
on
I'm not-
how
I'm not
it's
saying
all
it's
on
not
how you
doable.
communicate.
I'm not saying it's not
What
doable.
about-
It's more than doable, but the thing about it is like nobody now gonna do it. Don't let no. I'm just being
Nobody?
real. No, don't make no man come tell us say,
do
"Ah,
it.
I'll do it."
People
I'm just
do
not
it.
keep it real with you right now. No man now
Nobody-
gonna do that shit. No man now do it.
Wow.
No, you're speaking for all men.
That's why I don't do
Yeah.
long distance
All of them?
relationships.
I'm not saying nobody's gonna do it, but it's gonna be a
I
strong
must back
positive.
him on, back him fist or
Use
something
a
like that.
dick
But
sleeve.
come on now,
Exactly.
brother. Like, be
Thank
real
you,
now.
sis.
Be real. You know,
Ouch.
she there Cali now, you there Boston.
Somebody said use a
You know?
dick sleeve. What is that?
What?
You know what this
Exactly.
is?
Everybody is no. I don't know what a dick sleeve is because I don't do long distance relationship. I need dick on site, so I don't know what that is.
Well,
See?
Who's this girl? Who's Empress?
I don't know, but she's active.
Who's Empress? She's
not-
active out here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's my
Empress is
cousin.
tuned
It's
in
my
every
cousin.
time.
hey,
Empress and nobody-
cuz.
So everybody's built for long distance relationship, which is true. I agree with that.
Everybody's
Right.
definitely not.
And
built
that
for
means
it.
that some people can do it. Like it's doable.
No, usually the people them who deal with long distance relationship are the one them who you see on TV on the name of that show where they don't know
Cheater.
they're talking through the
Oh.
computer.
90 Day
Catfish,
Fiancé?
catfish.
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 And them people can do the long distance relationship.
I
Them
don't
people.
like how y'all talking about long distance relationship. I'm
Them
not
people.
I'm not feeling it.
What
Why
bring
you
your light
feeling,
onto
Star?
real?
Why you
long
feel so
relationships?
bad?
Tell us more if we don't know. Tune us in. Tell
Yeah,
us
tell us, because we want to know how you feel about
Because
it.
I'm in one and I feel like you guys are
Ooh,
just
where he at?
you know?
Where
Long
he at?
distance.
Which city?
How far?
Which city?
What country?
Rascal.
Oh my god.
So
Jamaica?
he's in Europe.
Say Jamaica. Say Jamaica.
Hypothetically speaking, look at allegedly.
Don't worry, he's in North Carolina.
Oh.
So let me ask you some
Enough big
questions.
asses out in North
Southern
Carolina.
Nah, Star,
A
I
lot
have
of
some
fat asses
questions
in
for
North
you.
Carolina.
So
I have some
what does
questions
that
for
mean?
you.
Okay,
I'm
go
just saying,
ahead.
there's
Go
a lot
ahead.
of fat asses in North
I got
Carolina.
enough butt.
So is he?
I'm
Are you?
cute.
Would you be
But
okay
there's
if
a
you were
lot of-
sleeping with somebody at night?
No.
No.
Not at all. But do you think that you would know? Do you guys fall asleep?
Right. So y'all fall asleep on the
Yes.
Every night?
We actually fell asleep last night and hung up at 5 this morning. I had to hang up.
Every
we
night?
We was both knocked out.
Every
Every night.
But what if he got you in
About
your
3 out
AirPods?
of the 7 we fall asleep.
Oh, that makes sense because out of those other times, he needs to fuck. Okay, so it makes sense. I got it.
So he
Okay.
got a pussy that come and go.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
out of
Bitch,
I don't
leave
know.
after.
He's
I'm
like,
not
are you
getting into
falling
that.
asleep on the phone with your girlfriend tonight?
You gotta go, boo. You gotta go.
I'm not for release,
If
you know?
somebody like you was around, that maybe he has, you know, because I know how you are, okay? But I'm not listening to y'all. Y'all not gonna get on my head. All right?
Don't listen to us.
You really like
Long
When
distance,
it works, it'll work as
If
long
it
as
works,
it's supposed
if you're willing,
to
if
work.
you're willing to do it and you want to do it.
But you also make compromises, like in a relationship where it's just like, if that person knows that I'm like a sexual type of person,
So what's he
maybe I, you know, I
He's
need,
sending you like videos, like not videos.
I need to do something on the side. Like,
No, tell me what you do.
Right.
I don't
What
like
is it?
girls, but if I was into girls, that would have been an option.
So,
you know?
Oh,
would you like to
'cause you're
send
not
your
ready.
boyfriend a video of me and you together?
Say
Look at
what?
her thinking about it. She's like,
Nah,
she's like, wait a second, that does sound kind of.
no.
No.
Where's the send a video with 2 hours now?
Yeah.
No, it only
But
be
it-
me.
it's
I'm
in
not sending the
Them
video
time
to
the
no
2
other
plane
girl.
ticket off
Oh,
buy
Star
same
said,
time.
Star said she's not sharing. She's not knowing.
No, I'm
not
not.
sharing
I'm
the
not
long
sharing.
distance?
No.
Oh, that's interesting,
See,
Star.
thank
First
you,
of all,
Empress.
that is
I'm not
interesting.
listening to them
First
at
of
all.
all, Star
I'm not
said
listening.
he's
No,
already
no.
miles away. I'm not sharing
'Cause-
his 2 seconds of attention on you and her.
Exactly.
Dumb.
And all
It's
men
just
are not.
her.
All men are not the same. So.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's for who it's for. It's not for everybody, but who it works
I
for.
love
works
the
for.
trust that you have. I love it. One day
Yeah.
I
We'll
will have
get-
that
look at-
type of
So
trust.
until
We'll
he
get there
breaks
one day.
that, then you know it'll remain that way. Like I feel like
I
it
hear
can't be
you.
done.
Empress,
Mine is a long distance relationship. I ain't breaking.
like Empress said, all men are not the same. Which I
All
agree
men are
with.
not the same.
I agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it
Yeah.
can be for somebody.
All men ain't the same.
Exactly.
But the men that I
And
know,
all men don't cheat, right?
All men don't cheat.
Okay.
the men that I
Things
Yes,
still.
it is.
No,
So it's different.
we can't. We
'Cause
can't
somebody-
see
you
it.
can't feel it on top of it.
We can't see
You
it.
can't feel it on top of it.
They're different.
Well, yes. So it only satisfied me for a short time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a more watch
So-
up moves with a
That's
female.
All of it for me is all mental. So if I tell myself that,
Is he on live?
huh?
Is he on live? So before we start some shit.
Is he on live?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
Wait, let's see. Let's make sure. Hold on.
Let's talk some shit then.
I don't see him.
See,
Go
ain't
ahead.
nothing wrong with phone sex, girl.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not saying nothing's wrong with phone sex, but after a while, you're doing that for a long period of time. You didn't get carpal tunnel?
Yeah. What? Yo, no. That's an honest question. Cause no bullshit. This hand get a little weak. Like, no, honestly. No. Now after a while, you'd be like, all right, I gotta switch hands. I gotta hold the phone and do it. No.
But if you have an instrument that's helping you.
No, but
you
even
know.
then, that instrument is moving, and if that video ain't hitting, and I gotta keep.
But
going
how
for-
long is this phone sex? Like, I feel like.
Oh, you talking about phone? I'm talking about video.
I'm not talking about phone sex. I'm talking about
I'm
you
talking about
trying to
videos.
please yourself. After,
Yeah.
after a while,
That
what
shit is-
What you doing with
yo.
his phone sex? What you just doing? Talking to him and telling him shit?
Yeah.
I'm showing shit.
That. he's
No,
supposed to
we're
be silent from
talking.
that?
We're talking sexual. Then you know, of course, if I want to get myself into it and aroused, I gotta be like, I gotta get myself in a mental space. So I gotta touch myself to get in the mood,
Yeah.
and actually do, you know, have like a
Well,
clitoral orgasm.
you're doing this on video.
Yes,
Oh,
on
of course.
video.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
So
I
it's
get
just like that person would be watching me on the video. So it's like watching porn, but
I'm not
I'm
really
the
a
porn,
fan.
I'm the star. So.
But I'm saying,
I'm not a fan of.
I'm a very real with you. After a while, I know your hands hurt.
Liam.
But the relationship is not.
They do.
It wasn't built on sex, and it's not all about
I'm not
sex.
saying built on
like,
sex,
It's
but
not, but sex is the important part.
But,
No.
let me ask
It's
you, but
important, but to be honest, we spend most of our time talking about business. What are we gonna do next? How are we gonna
And that's
elevate
not
ourselves?
wrong. And that's
And
perfectly fine.
And how we're gonna finally end up in the same place so that we're not long
So
distance.
y'all nothing after that money talk. Fuck out of here.
So that's
I'm
what
not,
takes
I'm
up most
not.
of our time. So it's not.
Okay,
I
but what
mean-
put you to bed at night?
We talk on the phone too, folks.
Exactly.
I'm not. You know
Exactly.
what? You guys are haters.
No,
okay?
bullshit. That transfer to the bank, that money in your account, that's absolutely amazing.
But
Don't
you
get
know
me
what I
wrong.
put in my
Don't get me
mind?
wrong, that's great. But
That this
you
is
wanna
it's
nut.
temporary. It's not permanent. So just like anything else, any other hardship, you gotta know you gotta go through it. It's not gonna be forever. It's not temporary. It's permanent, and one day it's gonna change. And no, I'm not a cheater. I'm not gonna cheat because I don't want to be cheated on. So
okay, so we're going back to the point of it's for who it's for. It's not for everybody. Everybody cannot handle a long distance relationship. Everybody can handle being 1,000 miles away from.
but some people
I know.
can, and it's okay.
Some people can't. No,
if
some
you're
people
in that
can't, and it's
Cause I'm a
perfectly
liar.
fine, and it's good. But you
Don't
just-
let people discourage you.
Don't let
But in
people-
your long distance relationship, you stay faithful. You do. what
do
you
not
gotta
let people
do.
Lying to
discourage you.
And communicate.
Star.
Communication is
Star.
key and it's
Star.
Do
important.
what is for
Star.
you.
Okay.
in fact, I got a question for Star. Because
Yes.
you're the only one that's in a relationship currently, right?
You're the only one. You?
You in a relationship? Yeah, I'm the
Okay,
only one.
okay.
It's-
1.5.
See, when you said what questions is off limits?
Entanglement.
You're right. You should have mentioned this.
Entanglement.
It's not.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
One month.
It's about me, guys.
So the question I'm asking is like this.
You can't ask one if he's in a relationship. And then if he says, yeah, one of the girls are gonna be like,
So what's the question?
oh, how come you say he wasn't in a relationship?
I said that there's only one person on the panel.
What's the
on relationship.
question? What's the
The question
question?
is-
Start with the
Start.
person. Start with the
You're a
person.
person. We know you personally, so we're gonna talk about you directly.
All right.
You're a person who like to party.
Yes.
When you go out and that liquor busting in your head,
You go.
I used to wind up and down and sideways and type of things, and that feeling companion. What you do about
What
it?
you doing?
What you mean? Plenty of times I've got lit in the party and then I get dropped home and I go to sleep because I'm so drunk. It's just
Yeah, that's.
there's nobody at my house either way. I'm not coming home to
I'm not
anybody.
saying that you're coming home every night. I'm not saying you do it every night, but there's
that-
that one night when bitch such a man and one, you know, wicked and make you feel good. Put some liquor on your head and squeeze it the right way and make you feel good.
Right.
You know, and that happens. I'm not gonna lie.
You push your face in her neck
There
and
So
has-
what do you do?
cologne.
When that
The
happens,
cream
ooh.
cologne and beat your body and say blood. My God.
You heard him.
I know how to.
But-
I leave it at the
Yeah,
party. I
no,
have fun.
she has self-control.
I have a lot of self-control. Okay, there has been
God
times
is good all
where
the time, but not with you.
where I
All
have
the
danced
time.
where I have danced up on people, and because I'm like, damn, I haven't had sex in how long?
How long ago was
it
it?
does feel good,
Long for release.
but that's a part of my. That's how I can release too. Dancing, music, all of that.
Start
helps me
going
to
home
release.
calling her sponsor like I'm about to relapse.
No, but all that helps me. No bullshit.
Yeah, I
The
bet.
dancing, the music, like if I'm real horny and I turn on some nasty dance hall and I'm in there one up in my room to myself, like that helps me that I can get through the day, like you know.
Cartel.
That-
So
Yes.
let me understand this now. So you come by dancing by yourself?
I don't have to come. That's not, you know. I don't have to come.
The answer is yes.
I'm asking questions. Answer it. Yes or no?
Remote one watch and
No.
listen to Cartel song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Alan.
All of that. I love it.
Mhm.
And I'm doing it, and it's fine. I know how to not cheat.
I'm not saying you don't cheat. I'm asking difficulty of it because we talking
It's
about cheating.
difficult, yes.
I'm asking about difficult. I'm not asking if you cheat.
Remember, we just
I said it's
half
difficult.
of the
It's
people we
difficult.
take the survey them lie about
Yeah.
who cheating and such.
So some people are
We
bluffing
in
like
front of the
It's
camera right
50,
now.
But
So
he was also describing single me. So when I was
All right, single you. How
when
was it?
I
Tell
was
us.
wild in the street, I was single. So no, most of the times I couldn't hold it. Like if I go to a party and I'm
So you
horny
fucky.
and I know I could pull up on somebody,
You
I'm
fucky.
pulling up.
You fucky.
But that was
But
that was a
But
single
Pete,
me.
Pete, that's based on like knowing that you have options.
And knowing that I don't
Bullshit.
have to be loyal
Yeah.
to anybody. I
You're
can
right.
be who
But
I
that's
want
like, but
to.
Pete, if you was some corny, ugly bitch, then you was like, you really didn't have no options. You used to go home with no nut. But bitches that got options and they know they could get something at the end of the night, that's completely different, right?
Right. So he's describing
Okay.
single me. Now that
So single you, start with options. What you doing?
you see,
I would have been calling somebody. I'd be like, "Are you? You know, I would have sent that text. You up?" Because I'm.
that's
May-
another reason
may
why.
the first
That's another reason
responder
why
win.
men cheat
Yeah,
too. You know, as you
exactly,
say.
right. You
Okay,
know
you just
what you
said
want?
you just said something about having options. Someone
Yeah.
don't have a bunch of options.
Right,
you know.
exactly. So,
So when
it's
them get a
easier for
chance-
some people to gauge it. Because
Listen,
some people don't have that.
And let's not, and no bullshit. I'm a catch. It's not. I'm not just some regular girl out here in the streets
Hello,
as
sis.
well. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that shit.
Nah, okay.
I'm just saying.
No,
I just
so-
want to throw that in there.
So we're gonna go back on topic real quick. So the question I'm asking you, right?
It wasn't.
Have y'all guys any of off the record, on the record? Allegedly.
We on the record. We
Allegedly.
recording.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Any of y'all guys ever cheated and why?
No. Alright. So who was cheated?
I
haven't
said
cheated.
yes already.
I said I've been close, but I
Because of
didn't
time
do
and
it.
attention.
I said I was
But
close.
I did not have sex. Let me put that out there.
Right.
Okay.
I got some head and we made out and that's it.
No bullshit. I feel like I
So
cheated.
you didn't cheat and you got some head.
I feel like I cheated.
Hold on.
I didn't say I didn't cheat. I said we didn't have
No,
sex.
you
That's
say you
Oh
didn't
my
that is
god.
what she said.
Isn't that what I said?
Is that sex?
I said yes, I
No, no,
cheated, but we
bullshit.
didn't have sex.
No, but I'm
Isn't
counting.
that sex?
I'm counting that as
No,
cheating.
that's not
Star.
sex.
What
Star,
is
I'm
it called?
sorry. Because if my nigga gets head from another bitch, he's cheating. So
I said I cheated, but I said we didn't have sex.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called oral
so-
sex.
So Star cheated
Okay,
with
but
head. But
I wasn't the one doing the act, so I felt like.
so she feels better about herself.
Yeah, I've cheated before.
Okay.
You know, a long
So what
time
was the
ago.
reason?
Just being a man.
Cypress.
That's
Being
just
Cypress.
being a
That's his
man.
soft.
Being Cypress.
No,
Wow.
I joke.
No, he's dead ass.
no, the
He's not
reason-
joking. He's not joking, y'all. Sorry. He's like,
No, I'm
he's
just
dead
messing
ass.
around.
Any
The
man
reason-
out
no, the
there,
reason-
let me get the answer.
No, the reason, let me tell you, you don't really have a reason, you know. It's just,
There's no reason
There's
why
no
men
reason.
cheat.
No
It's
reason
just
at
a
all.
vibe. Sometimes it could just be the vibes. It could be, the aura and
Or the party
feeling.
scene. You
Alright.
meet me at a party.
Yeah, well, just
I'm
a
nice,
vibes. We
you're
link
nice.
up at one party or whatever, whether they and all the vibes we a dance, rare, or whatever, and you say, yo, bring me home or whatever, and then I bring you home, and you say, yo, come upstairs, where,
And you
something
go
like that,
upstairs.
simple, shit
You
like
go
this
upstairs.
happen.
Does she get to stay till the morning?
No, do you get to say she invited him upstairs to her house.
Oh.
So he leaving when he wants. So when you want to leave?
When do you leave usually?
I mean, well,
5, 6 in the morning with his bitch.
Yep.
Before his bitch called him to wake up.
no man, I mean,
That nigga's twitching in
them
his sleep.
them days, with my young wild days, it depends on how I felt, If me feel for stay, me that stay a little longer. If I feel for cut, me
If
just-
she make you feel comfortable,
by
he's gonna
4
stay a
o'clock,
little
5
longer.
o'clock, me just cut left scene,
If
Yeah.
he feel like you ain't gonna make breakfast in the morning, he gonna leave at like 6.
No, because we not too
5.
eat from people neither, so.
Oh, okay.
You
So
know,
he's a
think about
picky one. So he's definitely.
No, I don't believe in that. You not staying till no morning. Like,
You're not gonna stay to the morning.
no, you're not staying till the morning.
Oh no, I'm a heavy.
Absolutely right, Seeker.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yes, Seeker. We'll
If
do
you
so.
want, if I start
Absolutely
during
right.
the
We'll
night,
do so.
oh no.
Mr. Something wrong, gentlemen?
No.
Listen.
All right.
Not everybody eat from, but you fuck some people sometimes.
If I invite you over,
That's a different thing.
That's a
Right.
relationship.
right,
If
and
what?
that's why you
What?
shouldn't spend the night.
Oh no, I'm a
That's
sleeper.
why y'all should do it, and then no, but you can stay sleeping.
I'm a
He needs-
sleeper.
He needs to go. Like once it's
Oh
over.
no. But if I'm at his house, I'm waking up when I
That's
wake
different.
up.
You're at his house.
I wake up when I wake up.
Yeah, that's different.
Tell your bitch to come back later, cause I wake up when I wake up.
She could go lay next to you.
Yo,
Yeah,
she
depends
gonna
on the
have to
vibe
see
if me
me.
ever want to stay, you know what I mean? It depends on the vibe if me ever want to stay.
All right, guys.
All right, so we can go into the wrap up. So we're gonna go back to Cypress because our guest today. We appreciate it for coming too.
Come on,
Yeah.
So Cypress, tell the audience about you.
Well, you can hit me up on Instagram, Cypress Music, MUZIK, Cypress Music. On Facebook too. My email is cypressmusic@gmail or cypressmix@gmail.com. Yeah, just link me up if you want to record, you want to get your songs mixed, whatever,
If you want to hire him for a party, to be
Yeah,
a
I'm a
DJ or
selector
whatever.
also. Bad selector too, so if you need a DJ, you can link me up, same place, and holler at me.
And don't lowball him, okay? 'Cause
Don't forget
he's a
February
veteran.
20th, Cypress birthday bash. Look out for it, see?
Not gonna be a case Oasis.
No. Yeah.
So another thing too. What are you working on now?
Well, as of late, I've been doing a lot of mixing for a few artists in Boston. I've been mixing a lot of songs for Rising. Recently, I recorded a song for our next Boston artist named Imeds. Mushy Word and
Shout out to
the
Imeds.
Word family. They're always a part of the stable too. So,
We're gonna
it's
have
working.
some of those people on the show.
I'm saying we need to get a team up here though.
We're gonna get some of those people to come on.
I think we need to bring Cypress music up. What you work with,
Yeah, man.
especially
That's
local
right.
artists. I'm not no disrespect to because people get offended by the local artist word.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm saying-
don't use the word local. I just say artist
People go
because
locally.
Artists,
That's
yeah.
very honest.
Artists.
I mean you're local, of course, to wherever
Right,
you're at, but
exactly.
But I mean, they're still an artist.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
artist,
I respect that.
Yeah.
Some people get offended by that, but some
Someone do.
some people that's from Boston area come through and actually show some
I
love
don't
and
think they
actually
want to be
put it out.
labeled as Boston artists. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not for us deal with it.
Everybody's so sensitive.
And I got one more question for you, Cypress.
Mhm.
Because of closing of K's Oasis and everything else going on,
Right.
how do you feel about the dancehall scene? Because obviously we're West Indian by trade.
And dancehall scene.
So what's gonna happen in the future? Are we gonna be in a whole bunch of
Dancehall scene is taking a hit right now. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't had. When did COVID come? Was it last February?
March?
Last
Yeah.
March.
March.
So since then, we
15,
haven't had
exactly.
no clubs
My
in Boston.
birthday.
You know what I mean? So the dancehall scene.
Literally.
It's kind of like taking a big hit, People now really get a chance to see what's going on, what's new, like as far as like keeping up to date with the music, what's coming out, the new songs, the new dances, the new vibes, whatever the new slang and all them things, and people ain't getting a chance to see them and experience them because of COVID. You know what I mean? So it's like right now, until we get a new club or a venue in town where we can go party,
You gotta do things on the low.
just hold out and party other places or whatever. You know what I mean?
So with social media,
Use makeshift clubs and stuff like that, for, garages or whatever, just to go out and keep some party and them thing.
like with social media and all that stuff, one thing I've been seeing, like, for example, DJ Lava from New York,
Yeah, man.
he's doing a lot of what is it
Podcasts and stuff like that.
podcasts and stuff. But it's like I'm trying to figure out how can Boston in a whole get into that atmosphere of actually.
I mean, y'all with stuff like this, y'all are doing it right now. You know what I mean? So, there's a few other podcasts in town too, or whatever. So we just need more podcasts. You know what I mean?
We need to work together.
Work together with the talents in the town. To expose what we have here in the city, because we got a lot of talent in town too. People just don't really get a chance to see it.
Right.
Because I'm trying to figure the best way to navigate how we get our talent out to the public.
Right.
Because we have a lot of talent here. Because even Iman's a very good artist.
Right.
Masha World.
Yeah, man. Same thing, man. So it's just like
Masha World up there.
I think right now we just have to start using.
All the artists in Boston are pretty good. So it's like we're trying to figure out because like we can't perform anymore. So
Right.
do we have to do a
Everything's
showcase?
online, yeah. So it's
But
like
Do we have to do a showcase?
But I feel like we're more at an
Showcase.
advantage now, though, because everybody's online now. So even if the eyes that weren't paying attention to you before, you kind of have more of the platform now, because everybody's online now. So it's what you put into it.
that's true.
Don't section yourself to just being from Boston. Just be an artist.
I
You gotta
agree with you,
promote.
but some people like correct me if I'm wrong because you're the producer, you're in this industry a lot more than I am. Some people are scared to take that step to go on.
Exactly.
That's
You heard
true.
what you said. Some people, it's
Well,
in there. It's in them.
I agree.
Do what you can.
I agree with you, but we're trying to figure out how we can actually create a platform.
Stop making a limit for yourself.
Give on a second.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out how we can create a platform so we can actually showcase these artists. Are we gonna bring them here so we can do a live
Yeah, we can do that.
podcast?
But
Live podcast
like,
with all artists.
touching on that note or whatever, I think like Boston in itself needs like even like some sort of committee or whatever, like a group where, as you said, we can help to bring the artists that don't know much about like how to get their music out online. Some artists don't know how to get their song onto iTunes, and they want to know how to do that. You know what I mean? Some artists don't know about publishing, and they don't know about royalties and all that type of stuff, how to collect, performance rights and all that. They don't know about those type of things. So, it starts from understanding all of that type of stuff first, and then you can get your music out there the right way. Once you understand that part, then getting your music out there to the masses, the world, it's not really that difficult. You know what I mean? There's a lot of places you can go to for distribution and all them things. So, yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
heard him say it.
Like
Stop babysitting yourself. Do what you can. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying do the work. I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy at all. But what I'm saying is the resources are out there. You are gonna get as much as you put into it. Don't sit here and say, I'm not about to feel bad for you because you said, well, I don't know how to do that. Look on the internet and learn. Not saying that it's easy, but you have to put in the work. If you want a certain amount out of it, you put that certain amount in. Nobody's cutting you short. Like, do your part. So if you want to do more, you want to be more, like you said, you have to put yourself out there. It's not an easy way to do it. You're not about to get a shortcut, but don't say that you don't know, because you can learn.
So we actually as a group, there's a few of us in a group that we have a business group that teach people how to do their LLC, how to structure a business, all that stuff. So it's like something that they probably could be benefit from.
Right.
The resources are there.
And
Y'all provide that.
Because like it's resource, we doing it for free.
Right.
So it's right in the same space that you're in right now.
Yeah.
We also do those stuff that we can actually say, hey, this is structure stuff. But what I think we should do going forward, maybe it's a good thing for you to do start on this particular platform, is have Cypress come back and bring it.
Well, that's
Not
already in the
Cypress.
works. So
Everybody doing it on their own. If
next-
you want to come, you come up. Ain't nobody
We're
about to be
gonna
a babysitter.
we're wrapping up,
yourself.
but next week we do have a Boston artist on called Money Link. So he was supposed to be here last week,
Money link.
and he didn't make it. But they assured us he'll be here next week, and then we're also gonna have more Boston artists and DJs on. Like, it's not just about people who sing songs and music. We want like other people in Boston that are doing things. So we are gonna have
there's way
them
more
on
things that
this
go into
platform, trying to help them, get out there. Cause I mean, I don't have like the biggest following or whatever, but
We have
if you're
Cypress
coming
next week.
on,
It's a grow, man.
We
but
got
if you're
Cypress
coming
next week.
on, I promote, like, you know, I did put out his flyer for his party coming out February 20th. And for Money Link, we made a mix with his songs. We played his songs. We actually like some of his music. So
There's an
we're
outlet
helping.
there.
We're doing
All you
our
have
part.
to do is
So
find it.
you
But-
guys
but-
can
but-
come on if you want to come on. You know, hit me in the DM or
No,
you know,
but
message
I
me.
think
and
it's very
we
important.
can
for
set
people
it
to
up.
People to show up when they say they're going to show up because it's hard for us to actually, because again, once you set up for a particular guest, we set up for that particular guest for the day. It's like if you don't show up or something happened, it'd be an issue. It's like it's hard to get you take you serious when you're that.
Right.
Hey, this is an opportunity for you to grow your fans. It may be one fan that you grow, but you're growing your fans.
It's something,
You're growing your
exactly.
fans.
Right.
But
But
we
again-
believe in second chances here.
But
so
I
give him a
guess
second chance.
Star's gonna sign off. What do you think?
All right, so thank you guys for watching. Do not forget my party coming up March 13th, and it's
And
called.
the party February 20th.
And his party February 20th is called Hot. But the name of my party is sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. So I'm excited. You know, it's my birthday. We're gonna turn up, have fun. So I hope you guys
It'll be a good time. Come
Have a
out,
good time.
network, have a good time.
And thank you all for watching. Come back next week.
Thank you guys.
Blessed.
And thank you for coming on, Cypress. I
God
really
bless you.
appreciate it.
We love having
That
you
was
here.
that was a good combo.